Hey, it's John. I'm going to play Immaculate Grid, going for that low rarity score. Baseball season's officially started. I wasn't really paying attention to the Dodgers Padres series other than the saga with Shohei's translator, but baseball season's underway. So that's exciting. I think next week, right? Yeah, end of next week is when the first like slate of games really get going. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to watching some baseball. Let's go ahead and share. Let's do our sort of facsimile of what we do while we wait for baseball season. And I'll keep playing during baseball season, but maybe with a game up there because I've got a little TV in the corner of my room here. All right, share my screen and away we go. This was actually the rarity round yesterday. I had some higher ones. Brian Harvey, I think, has ticked up from about 4 to 8% since I've been playing this. I got to come up with some better Marlins. It's occurring to me, I just don't know that many Marlins. Paul Quantrill is a great go-to. Todd Seal's pretty good go-to. But these were pretty high ones. So anyway, let's pound refresh, hit go, and away we go. All right, that's a Casey Blake combination. Let's see, that's a Jim Thome combination. 6 WAR season. Jackie Robinson had a couple of those. Actually, a few of those, I think. Let's see here. Joe Carter hits these teams. It's actually probably going to be pretty low. It's an Aaron Rowan combination. Yep. And then I think Posey was up around 7 WAR in his MVP season. All right, 28 wins pitching. Cliff Lee definitely gets there. And for the White Sox, let's go Jack McDowell. 20-win season. How about Bob Gibson, 1968? Rounding us out. Get the right one, John. There we go. 98, 53 seconds, and a 98 rarity score. Gibson at 4. Jack McDowell up at 38%. There haven't been that many. Esteban Loaiza won 20 games, 21 games, I think, in 2003. Mark Burley never got there. Mark Burley had a lot of 15, 16 win seasons, but never got, I think, even a 19 win season in there, if I'm recalling Burley's career right. Let's see, other White Sox will include Eddie Cicotte when 29 games. Yeah, 29 games in the 1919 season. That's depicted in 9 Men, or yeah, 8 Men Out, 9 Men Out. I forget the name of the movie, but it's about the Black Sox who were kicked out of baseball. I also, in one of my earlier videos, thought that David Schwimmer, who played Ross from Friends, had been in that movie, and I was totally wrong about that. He was never in that movie, not even a little bit. I thought he was playing Cicotte, actually. I was just totally wrong. Different guy. All right. Well, nothing too crazy here. I guess I was a little bit lower on Joe Carter. These are not Joe Carter remembered teams. Dodgers certainly are not a Jim Thome team. Casey Blake. Casey Blake was a solid player for a long time. Like he had several years there where it's just like steady, 280 batting average, driving in some runs, 4 WAR, good defense, not spectacular, but really solid all the way around with both these teams. But never anything that's going to jump to the forefront of most people's minds. Well, 4%. All right. So really Jack McDowell down here. Let's see if we can beat all that. Gonna stop the share. Gonna reshare. That's my grid from yesterday. This would have been the timed version yesterday. Hit and refresh. And we got a little bit more time now. Take our time a little bit. Let's see. So I think this right here, that's a Jack Quinn combo. Pretty good start. I maintain he looks like Frank Sinatra. Let's see, Cleveland and San Francisco. That's going to be a Harvey Keene combination. It's an order of magnitude higher than Jack Quinn. White Sox and Giants is definitely a Roberto Hernandez combo, but he's definitely gained in popularity. So I don't know if that's the way to go. Think about it though. see, for a 6 WAR season from the Giants. I'm trying to think of people who might fly under the radar, but of course I don't know. Like I've demonstrated this before. Like one time I played Six de Loscano because I knew he had a really good year with the Padres in 1982, which was ironic because he was a Brewer, and 1982 was kind of our year, and we had Charlie Moore out in right field. Of course, he was actually traded for Ted Simmons, who's the reason Charlie Moore was playing out in right field. Anyway, um, I was off by zero point 0.1 WAR. So like I specifically remember Posey was like 7.2 the year he won the MVP, but like I don't know where Orlando Cepeda was in the early 60s, or I knew he was in San Francisco, but I don't know what his WAR was. I don't know what McCovey was. I know Mays did a whole bunch of times. Um, Christy Mathewson will certainly work. Um, sure, Will Clark will work. Kevin Mitchell will probably work for his MVP season. You never know. I mean, he wasn't a great defensive left fielder, but he once made a really good barehanded catch. Um, Marischal's WAR is surprisingly low. I don't know if that maybe it's just playing in the 60s at Candlestick made it so that his WAR was never going to be that high. Carl Hubble will certainly work. Not sure Frankie Frisch will work offhand. I know he definitely works for St. Louis. I think he'd probably work for San Francisco, but I'm not positive, or New York Giants rather, but I'm not positive on that. Um, Bill Terry will certainly work. Christy Mathewson, of course. I think some old New York Giants. Um, New guys are cool too, but let's go Mize. Let's say how Johnny Mize fares. Not point 0.3. It was a long way to go for a point 0.3, but it's a good point 0.3. Let's see here. And for the Dodgers, looking for 6 WAR. Um, Dazzy Vance comes to mind as a possibility. And even there, I'm not positive. I just highly suspect he'll work. Asher and Don Newcomb. Duke Snyder will certainly work. Campanella, I highly suspect will work. Not sure on Hodges, not sure on Jim Gilliam. I think Pee Wee Reese will probably work. Um, Matt Kemp will work. If we're getting a little bit more modern, Mike Piazza will certainly work. Not sure on Garvey. Don't think Mike Marshall works for his great relief season. Reggie Smith, I think he'll work. All right, point 0.4. And 6 WAR out of a 20 win season. 20 win season at some point or another. Um, let's get Carl Hubble in there. Some people should probably choose him there. He's down at point 0.2. All right, Cleveland and LA. Not gonna go with Jim Tomey. What about Don Newcomb? He takes point 0.2. Keeping it sub 1 all the way around. I'm at 1 here with the individual picks, that is. I'm at 1 here, and these guys take us up to almost 2. I guess 1.1 3/4 or so. Let's see, White Sox and Giants. I just think Roberto Hernandez might be a little on the obvious side. Gossage will also work. Um, while we're in here, let's see. I go with is it Ed Walsh? Am I thinking the right guy? Not 3%. It's a lot higher than I thought he'd be. That's all right. Let's see. Cleveland, Gaylord Perry will work. I think Herb's score works. but I'm not positive. He definitely works for 200 strikeouts, but I'm not positive if he works for 20 wins. Um, who else? Blyleven, I think, was at 19 in the 1984 season. Um, I don't really want to go with Gaylord Perry. I just think that'll be too obvious. I think Sudden Sam McDowell also works. Cy Young will definitely work. Was it Addy Joss? Is that the guy I'm thinking of? Yeah, he'll work. 1%. That's certainly a look. He looks like he knows I did something wrong. All right. Ray Durham. That's going to be a popular one here. So I've been holding off on Roberto Hernandez because it just seems a little on the obvious side, but I've just been kind of thinking through it, and I'm not coming up with anyone super rare. Maybe does Benito Santiago work? I don't think he works for White Sox. I think I just sort of imagined that into being. Yeah, let's go Roberto Hernandez. Let's see how he does, actually. Curious. Still sub one, still get a rarity score of 7. That's decent. So I had the most popular for Jack McDowell on my previous one, but no one else. So 160 options. Who really should I have been coming up with? I mean, George Foster works, really? Darren Lewis. So he played for the Red Sox as well, I think, right? So he hits Red Sox and White Sox. Yep. Sox, White Sox, even hits the Dodgers. So he gets a couple of rivalries. Gets both Chicago teams, both um he gets the Red Sox, White Sox, both Chicago teams. How do I and the both Bay Area teams and the Dodgers. So he hits and yeah, that's kind of a I'm trying to think of what mnemonic I would use with or not mnemonic, that's the wrong word, but how I would remember Darren Lewis's career. But I'll try to work Darren Lewis in more. 7's pretty good though. I'll take it. Well, thanks so much for playing. We will be back at it tomorrow. And you all have a wonderful Friday tomorrow. Peace.